Welcome back to WagerTalk.com. It's the video best bet section. I'm joined by Preston, the sports cheetah, and Bryan Leonard. Let's get right to it, guys. And Preston, you've got a game, and either you've got one that's like weeks away or hours away. And this week you got a game that's hours away. We're taping on Wednesday, and the game goes tonight. It is the LA Dodgers. They're in Colorado tonight. Stewart versus Anderson. What are you looking at?
Yeah, I like the Dodgers. I've made a play on them already. I looked at tomorrow's card because when Marco has me do these best bets, I'm supposed to pick a Thursday to Sunday game. There's nothing that totally stuck out. There's some intriguing matchups. You have Matt Moore pitching for the Giants for his first start there with them at Philadelphia. I think it's Velasquez, and I think the total's a little high at 8, but I didn't want to give it out. It's not enough to really bet anyways. So I'm going with the Dodgers tonight, so you'll have about 4 hours to get this bet in. It's just a complete price play. Stewart's a guy they've called up a few times to make spot starts, and he's going tonight in Colorado. And my numbers had this, like, I think that Dodgers minus 110 is like the true line, and you're getting plus 117 to plus 121 depending on where. And I checked right before I drove over here. So it's just a pretty big edge in the value in that number, and I'm going to take it. Just a standard 3% play for me, but just strictly a price play here. I think the line's pretty bad, and I expect it to come down probably before for first pitch.
All right, Bryan, you've got a play for tomorrow, and you're looking at Texas at Baltimore. We got a pitching matchup of Griffin versus Miley. Miley making his debut with the O's. What are you looking at?
Yeah, A.J. Griffin's going for Texas, and it's just amazing how some of these guys are underpriced regardless of what happens to him. He missed the 2014 and 2015 seasons, but have any idea what his career record is? 25-12. That's his record of his own games when he pitches. He doesn't blow you away. He's not a big fastball guy or anything, but he's one of those guys that pitches with control. He's got a good whip, and he's just a good pitcher that's basically forgotten. And we've got a few of those guys that are in and out, keep having Tommy John surgeries, then they come back and then they're gone. He's one of those guys that is a good pitcher when he's healthy. Going against Wade Miley, going from Seattle over pitching here in Baltimore, that's not a good situation for a pitcher pitching in Baltimore. In fact, right now he's not pitching well. He's 1-6 his last 7 games. And his ERA, if you take a look at his ERA for the last 3 years, it keeps getting higher and higher every year. And his strikeout to walk ratio his strikeouts per 9 ratio keeps going down all the time. And if you take a look at Texas the last 2 years against them, they hit 302 this year, or 306, excuse me, this year, 302 the year before. They hit Miley pretty well. I'm not really sure that was a good trade for Baltimore to bring him there. I can't believe they didn't have anybody.
I didn't like Miley at the beginning of the season. Now, he did get off to a decent start at the beginning of the year, but then it caught up to him. I didn't think he was one of those pitchers, and we had a few of them this year that went from the National League to the American League and was going to be successful. And, now we're seeing it catching up, and definitely going from the Seattle ballpark to going to the Baltimore ballpark, it's not going to be good for him.
Especially for the divisions. I mean, he's going from a soft hitting division to just a terrific hitting division.
I'm going to go tomorrow, and must be the theme. We're going to look at teams with making moves at the trade deadline. I'm going to take San Francisco with Matt Moore, and this is one of the moves at the trade deadline that I do like. Matt Moore's pitching good baseball right now, and this is a day game tomorrow. Couple things. One, he's pitched much better in day games this season. I am a guy, I do like to look at the splits and see if there's any, home-road dichotomy or daylight-night. And this guy in his 10-day starts has an ERA this year of 2.60 and a whip of 1.17. He is a guy that is moving from the American League to the National League. I always like that move rather than the other way around. And he's making his first start for his new team on the road. I think there's less pressure for the guy that first start. You got to move in season, uproot, your family, whatever, or leave them behind, and you go on the road. And to do it on the road, you're not, the fans are going to, not be cheering for you anyways. You're the road thing. So there's less pressure to try to, you want to impress your new fan base in a home start. And we saw earlier this year the big trade with Drew Pomeranz. He started not only at home, in Boston, going from a pitcher's ballpark to a bad ballpark for pitchers, but it was on ESPN that night, and then it was against a National League team that was in his division that he faced all the time. So Matt Moore doesn't have any of that here. Last 6 games, he's allowed 3 runs or less, and he's gone 6 or more innings in all of those starts. In 5 of the 6, he gave up 2 runs or less. I'm going to go ahead and take him. We're getting a soft price, I feel, with San Francisco because of them been struggling lately, but I think that this team's going to solidify now that they got some continuity with the starting 3 pitching. I'm going to take San Francisco tomorrow over Philadelphia, and Velasquez is my best bet. All right, guys, check it out this weekend. If you want to save $10 at Wager Talk, use coupon code TRADE in the number 10. That's TRADE in the number 10. You can take $10 off any package this weekend. You can also use that on the Weekend All Access. It's already a great deal at $69. Take $10 off, just $59 Thursday through Monday. All plays at wagertalk.com. We'll be back with more here at Wager Talk.